Hey folks, welcome back to another Polymath video. Today let's talk about the new special costume Shauna and Klefki that's dropping later tonight, which as usual we will be pulling for live, so make sure y'all are subscribed and have notifications on to tune into that one. And good luck to anyone pulling for Shauna or any other unit / banner that's up at the moment. So, okay, Shauna and Klefki. This is a bit of an odd unit, right? Look, man, she's one of the fastest units to get annulled after her initial debut. I don't think she is the fastest, but she's up there. I think May still has her beat, right, by like a few days. But yeah, she debuted like a few months ago in the Calc and boom, she gets annulled. Very nice. Anyways, let's just quickly go over the kit. Not to dwell on this part too long, but yeah, she's a support, right? She's support, stat wise, just nothing that really stands out other than just your usual tank. Has good defenses, although the HP's not that great, but whatever, it's fine, right? And then moves, got 1 gauge tackle spam, got heals, you got accuracy debuffs on your mirror shot, right? Your train move gives status move and stat reduction defense, and then also it buffs crit by 2. You can use it twice, so you could actually max out crit over there without any NPR. Then as for some of your passives, this is going to be like her main gimmick, right? Which is every time she attacks the opponent, she debuffs one of these stats at random: attack, defense, special attack, special defense, speed, and then raises it for one's for your entire team, one's for herself only, right? So you're gonna get guaranteed 2 debuffs on the opponent. It's just random stats, and then, you know, one of them will be buffed for your entire team, one of them will be buffed for Shauna only, and then after that you also have defense, special defense buffs for herself every time your trainer uses a move. Those are guaranteed, so she's definitely gonna be pretty good defensively, right? Pretty good defensively. And she's just gonna have those random stat buffs and stat debuffs, whatever, right? So that's her main gimmick. Okay, in terms of her grid, right, how many copies you want to pull for? If you're really just pulling for that like one gimmick, like 1 out of 5 is enough, right? And or like her main gimmick, right? And also tanking a bit. She got the potions, got the defenses, all that stuff. 2 out of 5 does give you gradual heals on entry, so that's definitely pretty nice. You also do have Team Grand entry and Fierce entry, which is guaranteed +1 attack or special attack, which I don't really feel helps a lot, to be honest. I would kind of really ignore it, even if you did have her at 2 out of 5, in favor of some other things like this, you know, NPR for a train move, which makes it so you get more status move and, you know, stat reduction defenses, right? Which is good. Then you have 50% chance of trapping the opponent on like a trap 4, better chance of debuffing the opponent's accuracy, right? You got 1 set of the potion, NPR, and master healer, so I'd say, and bending as well. I'd say her 2 out of 5 is definitely something that's nice, right? I wouldn't say like you have to go for it, but if you do get an extra 2 out of 5, it's definitely not bad, right? You definitely do get a decent amount of stuff. And then 3 out of 5, you get the other set of potion, NPR, master healer, get team give me 5, right? Which is just you know, it's like half of like Eevee's sync, kinda. Although it's only for the first time though, but you know, yeah. HP +40. Got endurance, team stat steal 4, which is a 50% chance of her, you know, passive, and then same thing. You got another one of these, and then physical damage reduction on your trainer move as well. So, you know, a lot of those field effects, and then just a lot of these stat stealing things at 3 out of 5. Like you could potentially get up to 4 per turn, right? There's a 50% chance to get 4 per turn. You know, it's just it's like you attack them, they attack you, right? So yeah, okay, yeah, 3 out of 5. Again, like if you get an extra copy of her, whether it's from 1 out of 5 to 2 out of 5 to 3 out of 5, you're just getting stuff, right? I wouldn't say there's like a specific stage where like she gets more relevant stuff than other ones, because I don't think there really is a stage where it's like, oh man, you gotta get this one. Not really. Again, 1 out of 5 is perfectly fine. It's just, you know, with each extra copy you get, she just does her things better, right? But yeah, that's that, I guess. And alright, let's get into some, I guess, synchrid builds, like skills, all that stuff. Lucky skill wise, it's just tank stuff, your usual tank stuff, right? Vigilance or whatever. I think Vigilance is a pretty good one for her specifically, because she doesn't have any issues buffing this, or, you know, her own stats, probably, right? Probably won't have too many issues, especially defensively, so you don't really need all those defensive entry skills. Yeah, but if you want to fit her onto a team that could make use of Head Start, obviously you could do that, or make use of Adrenaline, you could do that, but otherwise, not much else, because yeah, you got the status move defense as well, right? All that stuff, like maybe interference immunity if you really want that, but I don't even, you know, think that's like a huge deal in this case. But yeah, that's that. As for the synchrid itself, at 1 out of 5, there's really nothing much to pick up other than just pick up the stat nodes not named attack, basically, and maybe like unbending, maybe accuracy on mirror shot. You know what? Yeah, pick up accuracy on mirror shot, man. Okay, so that's basically it for 1 out of 5. 2 out of 5. Honestly, I do stuff like, you know, debut regen, the NPR on your trainer move, probably even tackle move gauge refresh, the trap thing. You could do that, and then you come over here and pick up your potion master healer stuff, right? And I feel like that's probably good, unless there's a specific stage where you want a mirror shot on a roll, which in that case, do that, right? Probably drop something like that or whatever, right? If you're going mirror shot, you could just drop the tackle side of things, just go for that, or unbending, or whatever else, right? That you find is more relevant. If you really need one of these, then go for them, but like honestly, I can't really think of a situation where you really want those. Right, unless it's like a unit that only needs like +2 attack or special attack, and then like, okay, you get one guaranteed, then you just hope for another one sometime soon before they sync. So at 3 out of 5, there's some things you could go for that are fun. If you want to go for like the lame route, which is just, yeah, just a bunch of potion NPRs and mouse healers, which is, you know, it's not bad, it's good, it's just like uninteresting, then yeah, like you can still go for that stuff. But other than that, again, depends on, it's like it's a support, it got a lot of different things it does. It really depends on what you're trying to do, right? What stages you're facing. If you're really just going into the big like tank thing, then maybe you could come up here and pick up the oh man, you actually can't, well, yeah, I actually can't do that. I don't know, like tank wise, maybe just like debut regen, right? You can maybe pick up debut regen, you could still have the NPR over here. I don't think you could afford endurance all the way up there if you're picking up all this potion stuff, so yeah, maybe just debut regen and this and like some other random stat nodes maybe. But yeah, that's if you're trying to potion. If you're just trying to like, if you're trying to beat something like Latios, right? If you want to beat Latios, that you want to do that as well. And you know, as for the rest, you could pick up some potion stuff if you want, or you could, you know, pick some other, maybe this stuff over here, or if you want a mirror shot on roll just to make Latios even more miserable, you could do that too. But yeah, like this unit is basically, you have to build its grid based on the stages you're fighting, and it's pretty much built for like a lot of gauntlets, right? You got the status defense, which works against, you know, a lot of those. You got a lot of other things, right? The stat debuffs, obviously. So yeah, it's just it's here to work against specific stages, so you have to build with those in mind. Moving into some pros and cons, it's a good gauntlet unit, first of all, right? Mostly because of all the other pros, like because it's a good tank, because it has all those stat debuffs that you could use against something like Latios, something like maybe Cresselia even to an extent, right? You know, you have max crit buffs. I mean, max crit buffs is just good across the board. Doesn't matter what stage you're fighting. Well, unless like a stage where you can't crit, but as the potions, right? Again, that's really, really nice for gauntlet runs. You got the status and stat debuff shields, right? You know, that's good for something like, it's good for a lot of things like Moltres, like Entei, like Tornadus, like Cresselia, right? That they status you in a lot. And for stat debuffs, I think Azulf, I believe that's one. Regirock, does Terrakion? I don't remember. Like, Terrakion has been out for too long, unfortunately. Latios to an extent, right? So yeah, like it just got a lot of tools versus a lot of different Gauntlet enemies. Again, they've just been giving us these sort of units a lot lately, right? Just like very specifically anti-Gauntlet units, and Klefki is definitely another one of those, right? So those are pros. As for some of the cons, I mean, the big obvious one, it's random, right? So, you know, it's unreliable. You can't really plan your team around the buffs, right? Like, you can't say, oh, you know, I'm gonna run Klefki with Mewtwo, which Mewtwo needs +6 special attack, but you know, Klefki has the ability to buff everything, right? Well, yes and no. It can buff everything, but if you want Mewtwo to get those +6 special attacks from Klefki, that's going to be very, very hard because it's random out of a bunch of stats, right? It might take you 30 turns to get that +6 special attack, or it might take you 2 turns, right? So again, well, I don't think 2 turns is possible. Let's see. What's the fastest? Okay, assuming you get special attack every single time, it takes you 3 turns where you're rolling special attack every single time, and your opponent is attacking you every single time with an attack move, right? So that could trigger the other one at 3 out of 5. So yeah, that's basically it, man. It's random, unreliable, bad buffer, and it's slow, right? Which I guess to an extent, you know, makes it not like a great master mode unit, right? As well, so there's that. Anyways, overall, I'd say like the unit has its merits, right? Again, if you're hardcore into like Gauntlet for those streaks, it's definitely going to be a really, really, really nice Gauntlet unit. But if you're more of a casual player, right? If you don't care about Gauntlet that much, if you're mainly just trying to do master mode, because we are getting that master mode buff coming up soon, right? With the increased points, and there's this special master mode or special champion stadium coming out as well, like this event one. Yeah. Again, it's not that it's like gonna be a negative in master mode, right? I mean, if you need a crit buffer, right, you know, you could always have that. And if you're finding a stage that specifically its status is a lot, right, which could be annoying, or debuffs, right, then you know you can still have Klefki in there. But the thing is, just in comparison to a lot of other better supports, a lot of times you will have better options there, right? Yeah, there's just better supports for master mode, unfortunately, in most case scenarios. Would there be some niche case where Klefki would be very, very good? Maybe, right? But I'd say it's just not a great like general support, even though it's general enough that it buffs everything. But you know, that's the part where it's not that great there, right? Overall, I'd give it like a 5.9 out of 10 pull score. Again, it's not a bad unit, right? It's in fact very, very good in Gauntlet, but I feel like just most people don't care about Gauntlet that much, right? And it's not like, oh, you know, you need Klefki to get that 10 streak initial rewards. No, you don't. You definitely don't, right? I mean, it will help, but it's more so for like the really, really long Gauntlet streaks. And if you are really into Gauntlet, then I'd say I would recommend Klefki a bit more, right? But I'd say overall, balancing all the different people, you know, play styles and stuff, right? What people like playing, I'd say generally probably like a 5.9 out of 10, right? And it's not like it's like a, you know, it's like the Gauntlet god, right? Like, okay, no. it has a lot of different, you know, keys that could unlock a lot of possibilities in these Gauntlets. God, that was terrible. These Gauntlet stages. But you know, it's not like the one answer to obliterating every Gauntlet stage, right? Because again, a lot of the stuff is more and more like niche, right? So yeah, it's a solid unit for Gauntlet, but it's not something I'd really recommend for like most people to pull on, and especially also considering the Galarian units are still up, right? The Galarian birds are still up. The Brendan and May banner is still up. This funny, incredibly funny Steven banner is still up as well, right? The SE Steven. And yeah, it's unless look, if you're a big fan of Shauna, you love Klefki, then definitely go for it, right? But otherwise, unless you're a hardcore Gauntlet player, then you might consider it. But if you're not any of those, then this is probably a banner where you could save some gems for some other stuff down the line, because Alola Villark is coming up, right? Should be either next month or the month after. Should be Alola Villark, and yeah, I'd say chances are there's going to be some good units there. So anyways, that's where this one. I hope you all enjoyed, guys. Think in the comments down below. Like the videos for my channel for some more Pokemon content. We'll be pulling for it live when it drops on resets. So I'll see you guys then, and have fun, good luck, and I'll see you guys in the next one then.